I might just be boring and play as a human. Wait, your only option is to play as a noble if you're a human? Huh. Oh, I guess the background doesn't do it. Oh, I forgot these Xbox, like the 360 games do that. Like when I'm typing in something, it takes off the game. That's so weird. Well, it's kind of a weird character customizer. At least I can see the. At least I can turn the character around. That makes things easier. Oh wow, there's not many beard. There's not really that many beard options. So I might make this a beardless character. Oh wait. Oh, that's separate from this, I guess. Yeah, I think I want to get my character's face a little bit wider than how it is right now, if I can. Chin's a little bit too big. I think that should be good for that.
No, it is gone.
How do you do?
Greetings.
Greetings. Charmed, I'm sure.
Ah, my spell!
Greetings.
Greetings.
How do you do?
Greetings.
Greetings.
Alright, I think our character should be good to go. Yeah, I've never played this game before, so I think I'm gonna go with normal for now.
For generations, your family, the Kuzlans, has stewarded the
If it ends up
lands of
feeling too
Hyrule,
easy, I will increase the
earning
difficulty,
loyalty
but...
of your people with justice and temper.
Or I should say, like, I'll start the game on normal, and if it turns
Your
out I can
country
change
was
it and it feels
occupied by
too
the
easy,
Orlesian
then
Empire. Your
yeah, I'll
father
increase
and
it.
grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Kuzlan's banner in service to the crown. Not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial Darkspawn rising in the south.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize for the delay, my lord. This is entirely my fault.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True. But we both had less grey in our hair then. And we fought Orlesians, not monsters.
At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Papa, I didn't see you there. Hal, you remember my son?
I see he's grown into a fine young man. Pleased to see you again, lad.
Your brother is riding out with our forces today, but the Jarl and I will lead his men tomorrow.
My daughter Delilah asked...
Oh, wait, do I have a voice in
perhaps I could
cutscenes? That's
bring
kinda
her
weird.
next time. Good. She goes on about your prowess as a warrior. I think you have an admirer, young man.
Uh-oh.
At any rate, Pop, I summoned you for
What kind
a
of
reason.
prowess is that
While your
referring
brother
to?
and I are both away, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle. I'm certain you'd more than prove yourself, but I am not willing to deal with your mother if you join the war. She'd kill me if I let you go. She's already twisted into knots about Fergus and me going.
What the heck is this dialogue?
I doubt that.
Let's go with that one. I'm
I
not
know your
picking
mother.
that second
She made it
option.
clear there is no debate. This is no needless
It's a little bit too edgy.
I ask you to take a great responsibility. Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away, yes? There's also someone you must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Kuzland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
Alright, this guy's a little
We
bit
rarely have the
suspicious
pleasure
now.
of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope. They are the heroes of legend, who ended the Blights and saved us all. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow Wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your son is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that might be, this is one of my sons we're talking about. That discussion is closed.
You did just finish saying that Grey Wardens are heroes, old friend.
I've not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off to battle. Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear. While we need as many good recruits as we can find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone? In the meantime, find Fergus, and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me. Upstairs in his chambers, no doubt, spending some last moments with his wife and my grandson. Be a good lad and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
Alright, how do I find him? Hoping that's... Okay, so it's A to interact. And then... I'm guessing that white marker is a quest marker?
Oh, my lord, we were just, well, the treasury's safe. I'm not even sure why the Tyrn stationed us here. I don't know. Nobody has come to look at the treasury. The Tyrn.
I wonder if we
and
can steal
perhaps
from the
Tyrnel?
treasury.
Honestly don't know, my lord. Yes, my lord. Thank you, my lord.
There you are. Your mother told me the Tyrn had summoned you, so I didn't want to interrupt. Pardon my manners, my lord. It's simply that I've been looking all over the castle for you. I fear your hound has the kitchens in uproar once again, and is threatening to leave. No matter how the maids try to keep him out, he always finds a way in. You know these Mabari hounds. They listen only to their master. Anyone else risks having an arm bitten off. That would be wise, before Nan tears down the walls. You're quite lucky to have your own Mabari warhound, you know. Smart enough not to talk, my father used to say. Of course, that means he's easily bored. Nan swears he confounds her just to amuse himself. At any rate, your mother would have me accompany you until the matter is settled, shall we? Just follow the yelling.
Oh,
When
yeah, let's
Nan's
do that
unhappy,
first. I
she'll
want
make
to...
sure everyone
I
knows
want
it.
to Detroit acquire Doge. Let's go do that. Let's see, is there a map in this game? Oh, there is, okay. Oh yeah, so we want to go over this way.
Get that bloody mutt
Alright.
out of the larder.
Does Detroit acquire that Doge?
If I can't get into that larder, I'll skin both of you useless elves. I swear it.
Calm down, good woman. We've come to help.
You and you. Your bloody mongrel keeps getting into my larder. That beast should be put down.
Oh, alright, that's a little bit much. Oof. This dialogue is so edgy.
Just get him gone. I've enough to worry about with a castle full of hungry soldiers. You two, stop standing there like idiots. Get out of the way.
Alright, let's go get the dog.
Oh, look at that mess. How did he even get in here? It does seem like he's trying to tell you something. Wait, did you hear that?
Here. Oh, okay. Well, this is our first combat. A to attack your current target.
Right. Let's get started. This should be easy enough. Let's get started. Right. This should be easy enough.
Let's see, what do my abilities do? We've got Shield Bash.
On it.
Whatever that was.
Let's get started. As you wish. This should be easy enough.
Giant rats? It's like the start of every bad adventure tale my grandfather used to tell. Your hound must have chased them in through their holes. Looks like he wasn't raiding the larder after all. Doubtful. Look at the garbage they got into. Your hound doesn't eat like that. He's much more finicky. But seeing as you've got your Mabari well in hand, I'll be on my way. I'm to prepare for the arrival of more of the Isle's men.
Oh, so we got our dog now. I don't really know anything about this game, so I don't know if any of that stuff's worth taking, but
There he is,
we'll just
as
sell it.
brazen as you please, licking his chops after helping himself to the roast, no doubt.
What? Rats? Not the large grey ones.
They'll rip you to shreds, they will.
See, now you've gone and scared the servants. I expect those filthy things are dead. Oh, I bet that dog
Yeah, it's
led
gonna
those
be
rats into
it's
there
gonna be a
to
little bit of
begin
a
with.
cleanup for them. We killed like what, like 15 rats or something.
Oh, don't even start with the sad eyes. I'm immune to your so-called charms. Here then, take these pork bits and don't say that Nan never gives you anything. Bloody dog. Thank you, my lord. Now we can get to work. That's right, you two. Quit standing about. Thank you again for your help. Now, if you'll just hold on a moment. Yes? Adney, get moving with those casts. And Kath, do you think you can serve that to the turn with dirt from the floor all over it?
Miserable old bat.
Old bat, am I? We've got to work double time on supper, sweep out the hearths, and no complaining. Just keeping order. That's why your father keeps me on. The good maker knows I needn't take care of you anymore. Thank you for coming to your old nanny's rescue. That blasted hound is more trouble than he's worth. He is.
The
Don't
dog,
start with
the
me.
dog probably
You've got to
saved
know you're
you.
getting today. But what about you, my lord? Been keeping safe and well behaved, I hope. Good. I'm not exactly privy to your goings-on now that you're grown. Just an old nanny, never invited to your father's fancy meetings. Do you remember that bedtime tale I used to tell you? The dog that bit? Good. Then you can start.
Wait, what? Yeah, I don't remember any of
Before our
this.
fathers came down from the mountains, a warhound was born to the elder bitch of a tribal chief. They named him Hahaku and gave him everything. He grew up a fine, strong pup, destined to be the partner of the chief's eldest son. I suppose that's fair. Off with you then.
I
And
might
don't
just
get
skip this
into
for
any
now,
trouble
because,
you
like,
can't get back out of.
alright, where else can we go? It doesn't seem like there's anything going on in here.
And my dear Bryce bought this back from Orlais last year. The Marquis who gave it to him was drunk, I understand, and mistook Bryce for the king. Ah, here is my younger son. I take it by the presence of that troublesome hound of yours that the situation in the kitchen is handled? Ah, marvelous. Just the thing for my guests to hear right before dinner. Darling, you remember Lady Landra, Ban Lawrence's wife?
I think we last met at your mother's spring salon. You're too kind, dear boy. Didn't I spend half the salon shamelessly flirting with you?
Right in front of your family, too.
You remember my son, Dyron. I believe you two sparred in the last tourney.
And you beat me handily, as I recall. It's good to see you again, my lord.
And this is my lady-in-waiting, Iona. Do say something, dear.
It is a great honor, my lord. I have heard many wonderful things about you.
Don't look now, Eleanor. But I believe the girl has a crush on your lad.
Lady Landra.
Hush, Landra. You'll turn the poor thing scarlet. All evidence to the contrary.
I think perhaps I shall rest now, my dear. Dyron, I will see you and Iona at supper.
Perhaps we'll retire to the study for now.
Good evening, your lordship.
You should say goodbye to Fergus while you have the chance. Yes, your father mentioned that. You haven't got it into your head that you want to be recruited.
No, definitely not.
There's enough here at the
That's
castle
not gonna
to
happen or
occupy
anything.
you. I don't need you off chasing danger like your brother. I know it's difficult to stay in the castle and watch others ride off, but we must see to our duties first. You understand that, don't you? You are here. Trust me, you'll get your chance for excitement soon enough. As do I. Your father and brother are marching off to fight Maker knows what. All the assurances in the world don't comfort me, but it wouldn't help for us to take up arms and follow. Fergus and your father have their duty, and we have ours. For a few days. Then I'll travel with Lady Landra to her estate, and keep her company for a time. Your father thinks my presence here might undermine your authority. Good. I was worried you might be nervous about running the castle alone. I needn't have been concerned. If he's not out with his men,
Oh, I didn't already do that
upstairs
dialogue.
with Oriana.
Thought I did.
I love you, my darling boy. You know that, don't you? Go do what you must, then. I will see you soon.
Oh no, there's a lock-picking skill in this game. It's Skyrim all over again.
Is there really going
Alright, is this where he is?
Papa?
Oh yeah, there we go.
Will you bring me back a sword?
That sword, Oren. And I'll get you the mightiest one I can find, I promise. I'll be back before you know it.
I wish victory was indeed so certain. My heart is disquiet.
Don't frighten the boy, love. I speak the truth. And here's my little brother to see me off. Now dry your eyes, love, and wish me well.
He is as mortal as anyone, despite his refusal to believe.
Now, love, no need to be grim. I wish you could come. It'll be tiring killing all those Darkspawn myself.
Surely your father would not place both his heirs in danger?
Mother and father have been fighting about it for days. It's too bad. I could have used you at my side. If it's any consolation, I'm sure I'll freeze in the southern rain and be completely jealous of you up here, warm and safe.
I am positively thrilled that you will be so miserable, husband.
Really? Was he riding a griffin?
Shh, Oren. Griffins only exist in stories now.
I'd heard that. Did he
Jeez,
say
my
why
character's
he's come?
not too good at cleaning the dog. It's still got blood on it.
Oh? If I were a Grey Warden, little brother, I'd have my eye on you. Not that father would ever allow it. Word from the south is that the battles have gone well. There's no evidence that this is a true blight, just a large raid.
Could that be true?
I'll see for myself soon enough. Pray for me, love, and I'll be back within a month or two. Then the Arl's men are delayed. You'd think his men were all walking backwards. Well, I'd better get underway. So many Darkspawn to behead, so little time. Off we go then. I'll see you soon, my love.
I would hope, dear boy, that you plan to wait for us before taking your leave.
Be well, my son. I will pray for your safety every day you are gone.
I keep telling you, no Darkspawn will ever best me.
The Maker sustain and preserve us all. Watch over our sons, husbands and fathers, and bring them safely back to us.
And bring us some ale and wenches while you're at it. For the men, of course.
Fergus, you would say this in front of your mother?
What's a wench? Is that what you pull on to get the
Uh-oh.
bucket out of the well?
A wench is a woman that pours the ale in a tavern, Oren. Or a woman who drinks a lot of ale.
Bryce, Maker's breath. I swear it's like living with a pack of small boys.
I'll miss you, mother dear. You'll take care of her, brother, won't you?
Oh, good. How thrilling to know I'm so well taken care of.
Enough, enough. Pup, you'll want to get an early night. You've much to do tomorrow.
Seems like the game saves pretty often, that's always nice. Alright, that's not a good sign. So far this dog's been pretty accurate about this stuff.
My lord! Help me! The castle is under attack!
Uh-oh. Well, that's an interesting start to things.
Let's get started. Right, on it. Let's get started. As you wish.
Let's get that archer out of the way.
Right, let's get started. This should be easy enough.
And, yeah, I still have no clue what that attack does, but...
As you wish. Right, let's get started. This should be easy enough. On it. As you wish. Right, get started.
Assuming that's some kind of buff. I'm not really sure.
As you wish. This should be easy enough. As you wish. Right, let's get started. On it. As you wish. Let's get started. Excellent.
Darling, I heard.
Oh, hey,
fighting
Dom, how you
outside
doing?
you feared the worst. Are you hurt?
Yeah, like I had the opposite of plot armor. Like everyone knows that when you warn someone about an attack in an RPG, you always get shot in the back with an arrow. Let's see here.
The scream woke me up. There were men in the hall, so I barred the door.
I'm doing good.
Did you see their shields? Those are Hal's men. Why would they attack us?
Yeah, true. Oh wait, these are the soldiers of that lord we were talking to. Okay. Yeah, he did seem pretty suspicious.
You don't think Hal's men were delayed? On purpose? That bastard. I'll cut his lying throat myself. Have you seen your father?
Yeah, I don't know
He came to bed.
what year this game came out, but it is like a classic art, or like an older RPG, so it's got some of those sort of tropes going on.
We must find him.
But yeah, I was getting like, I wouldn't say like completely burnt out of Elden Ring, but I just want to have like a kind of like second game to be able to sort of mix it up with. So I was thinking of what to play, and I realized that the whole Dragon Age series is on Game Pass, and I've never played it before, so I figured I'd try it out.
I am no Orlesian wallflower. Give me a sword and I'll use it. Now let's go.
Oh, I already leveled up, alright. How does that work in this game? Alright, I just want to know what all this stuff does. I'm assuming the dog doesn't need that. Let's increase that by 1, and then maybe 2 in that. Oh, is my dog the only one that leveled up? Oh, wait, no, I think... Okay, yeah, I got level up too. Let's do, like... I'll probably do the same thing for now. Okay, I think that should be good. I hope I didn't accidentally do some, like, put a skill on the dog that wouldn't be good. Wait, can I equip this? Oh yeah, let's put that on instead. There we go. Yeah, I didn't really understand the leveling at first, so I don't know if I accidentally put a skill on the dog or what. Oh wait, yeah, I don't have any skills to assign anyways.
Things here, darling. Some of your father's belongings are in that trunk.
Oof, I don't have the skill to open that. Oh, and there's more of them.
Right, this should be easy enough. On it. Right, let's get started.
Yeah, this does that does a lot more damage.
Let's get started.
I do not fear death. I have nothing else to lose.
This should be easy enough. As you wish. On it. This should be easy.
I probably should have looked at what that skill actually does. Just kind of assuming it's some sort of buff because it gives me like a green icon over there, but that's pretty much all I know about that.
Can you hear the fighting? Hal's men must be everywhere. Don't be foolish. You would throw your life away? The front gates. That's where your father must be. Listen, darling. We haven't much time. If we can't find your father, you must get out of here alive. Without you and Fergus, the entire Coulson line dies here. If Hal's men are inside, they must already control the castle. We must use the servants' entry in the larder to escape. Do you hear me? Then survive, and visit vengeance upon him.
I mean, or we could just stop him from taking the castle.
The castle has fallen! I'm getting out of here!
The soldiers aren't very good, are they?
Yes, my lord! Here they come!
Uh-oh.
Let's get started. Right, on it. As you wish. Let's get started.
Oh yeah, I forgot to check if my character just keeps attacking or not when I press A. Oh yeah, my character just keeps attacking. Probably should have gone after those archers first.
Next. I'm unable.
We're getting close to the treasury. The Cousland family blade lies inside. Here, darling, take my key. That blade cannot fall into Hal's hands. It should sever his treacherous head.
Oh, it's alright. Is this where it is, or what? Oh, there we go.
That wasn't so bad.
Oh wait, that's just a one-handed sword. Yeah, I'd rather use a great sword. How do I compare this? Yeah, that's definitely better, and then I think that's the only armor I found. That's good. Sword tear out of the way.
Let's get started.
Oh boy, let me guess, this game's got an injury system. Hopefully it's not too annoying to deal with. Let's see, do I need to actually visit all these areas?
Odin senses tingling.
Probably should.
As you wish. Right. This should be easy enough. Stop!
So I'm guessing if I stay here, they just like constantly respawn. I'll have to keep that in mind.
Come and face me if you dare.
Right.
Well, my dear.
This should be easy enough.
Pretty sure, yeah, this is where I came from, so I don't know if there's anything back here I need to get, because I wasn't even thinking about it at the time. Yeah, there might be some stuff over here. I don't have the skill to open that. What about the stuff over here? Oh wait, no, that's already there.
As you wish. On it.
Oh, blast you! You want to end nowadays,
This should be easy.
Oh, blast you!
Right. It's either you or me, and it isn't gonna be me. Let's make this quick, shall we?
Get down! Come on! Go down!
Your command.
Oof, I don't have the skill to open that. Oh, it's gonna be good having a rogue in the party soon then.
We must get to the castle gates. That's surely where your father is.
Oh wait, you can switch party members. Oh, she can't do it either. Whoops. Alright then.
As you wish. On it. Right. Desperation is
Oh, that's a good amount of damage. A good thing I noticed you could put on a great sword in this game, because this thing's fun. I always like getting those big damage numbers.
enemies approaching.
Let's see here. Oh, they actually have a mage. Alright, let's get rid of them first. I don't like the idea of getting fireball shot at me. There we go.
Right. Let's get started.
Go, man the gate. Keep those bastards out as long as you can. Your ladyship, my lord, you're both alive. I was certain Hal's men had gotten through.
We are alive. What of you? Are you injured?
Don't worry about me, your ladyship. Thank the Maker you two are unharmed. When I realized what was happening, it was all I could do to shut the gates. But they won't keep Hal's men out long. If you've another way out of the castle, use it quickly. They won't hold. It will only delay the inevitable. Please, go while you have the chance. When I last saw the Turn, he'd been badly wounded. I urged him not to go, but he was determined to find you. He went towards the kitchen. I believe he thought to find you at the servants' exit in the larder.
Bless you, Sir Gilmore. Maker watch over you.
Maker, watch over us all.
Alright, where are we supposed to go?
This should be easy
Oh, okay, we're supposed to go this way.
Right. Show me what you
Oh, that guy's got a big bonking hammer.
We will not be defeated!
Show me what you got.
We must stop them. How about you?
Uh-oh.
There.
He's
You both
probably
are.
dead.
I was
Bryce,
wondering when you would get here.
Maker's blood, what's happening? You're bleeding.
Hal's men found me first. Almost did me in right there. He can't get away with this. The king will...
Bryce, we must get you out of here.
I won't survive the standing, I think.
Once Howe's men break through the gate, they will find us. We must go.
Someone must reach Fergus. Tell him what has happened. I wish I could go. Oh.
Bryce, no. The servant's passage is right here. We can flee together, find you healing magic.
The castle is surrounded. I cannot make it.
I'm afraid the Turn is correct. Howe's men have not yet discovered this exit, but they surround the castle. Getting past will be difficult.
You are Duncan, then? The Grey Warden?
Yes, your ladyship. The Turn and I tried to reach you sooner.
My younger son helped me get here. Make her be praised.
I am not surprised. I fear your thanks are premature. I doubt I have saved him.
Whatever is to be done now, it must be quick. They are coming.
Duncan, you are under no obligation to me, but I beg you, take my wife and son to safety.
I will, your lordship, but I fear I must ask for something in return.
Anything.
What is happening here pales in comparison to the evil now loose in this world. I came to your castle seeking a recruit. The Darkspawn threat demands that I leave with one.
I understand.
You fought your way to me through Howe's men. I think the Maker's intention is clear. I will take the Tyrna and your son to Ostagar to tell Fergus and the King what happened. Then, your son joins the Grey Wardens.
So long as justice comes to Howe. I agree.
Then I offer you a place within the Grey Wardens. Fight with us.
Oh, it's alright. Or Grey Warden now. I still have no clue what that means.
We must leave quickly then.
Bryce, are you sure?
Our son will not die of Howe's treachery. He will live and make his mark on the world.
Darling, go with Duncan. You have a better chance to escape without me.
Eleanor.
Hush, Bryce. I'll kill every bastard that comes through that door to buy them time. But I won't abandon you. So we all die? No. Your place is now with the Grey Wardens. Mine is with your father, at his side, to death and beyond.
I'm just so sorry it's come to this, my love.
We had a good life, and did all we could. It's up to our children now.
Then go, pup. Warn your brother. Know that we love you both. You do us proud.
They've broken through the gates. We must go now.
Goodbye, darling.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korcari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Cailan. I didn't expect
a royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
No need, Duncan. You are Bryce's youngest, are you not? I don't think we've ever actually met. Dead? What do you mean? Duncan, Do you know anything about this?
Terran Cousland and his wife are dead, Your Majesty. Arl Howe has shown himself a traitor and overtaken High Ever Castle. Had we not escaped, he would have killed us and told you any story he wished.
I can scarcely believe it. Well, how could he think he could get away with such treachery? As soon as we are done here, I will turn my army north and bring Howe to justice. You have my word. No doubt you wish to see your brother. Unfortunately, he and his men are scouting in the wilds. Not until the battle is over, I fear. Until then, we cannot even send word. I apologize, but there's nothing more I can do. All I can suggest is that you vent your grief against the Darkspawn for the time being. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different. I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but
Yeah, it
alas,
seems like a little
I
bit
see no sign of an archdemon.
too good to be true that everyone just thinks this fight against the demons is going to be over
like
soon.
in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here. Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling. Yet not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay. Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining, in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
Alright, why is it secret?
The joining is dangerous. I cannot speak more of it except to say that you will learn all in good time. Until then, you must trust that what is done is necessary. No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive. You heard what the king said. He is scouting in the wilds and beyond contact. Be patient. He will return. Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Your hound can stay with me while I attend to some business. The Grey Warden tent is on the other side of this bridge. You will find us there should you need to.
Nice. Alright, I need to use the bathroom really quick. I'll be right back. Alright, let's get back to it. Let's see, do I have multiple quests going on, or is it just the one? I'm assuming we only have this one quest for now. Oh wait, I think I leveled up. Or maybe not, I don't know, what's it? Wondering what that symbol is up there. I figured that would be like a level up button.
The mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade. The Fade is the realm of dreams and the land of the dead, or so the mages tell us. Regardless, they are not to be disturbed, not even by Grey Wardens.
Contemplate the death that may await. Death is no fear.
You approach the tent of Tairn Loghain. State your business.
Oh hey, Kamagino, how you doing?
How can you not know of Loghain? He helped free Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Maric's armies and drove out those damned Orlesians. King Maric rewarded him by making him a Tairn. Can you imagine? A commoner became a high nobleman just like that. Without Loghain, you can bet the king wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn.
I'm doing pretty good. I just decided to try out Dragon Age Origins for the first time.
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activity.
Yeah, I don't really entirely understand what's going on yet, but it seems pretty good so far. Let's see here.
I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. He and the king have been arguing for days. The Tairn's known the king since he was swaddled, so they don't stand on ceremony. The Tairn speaks his mind, and the king yells right back. Personally, I think the king should do what Tairn Loghain tells him. Without the Tairn, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are. Don't be absurd. He can't give an audience to everyone who walks up here, you know?
Oh, maybe I shouldn't be creating too much mischief just yet.
Oh, I didn't know. Hold on, I'll get him.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume. Kaelin's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden? Maric respected the Grey Wardens. They have an honored place in the hearts of our people. But Maric would have understood that it takes more than legends to win a battle. That's not an argument I'll repeat here. You look familiar. Have I seen you at the Landsmeet?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little bit tired from work, but...
The king told me of his
that
promise.
option, I'm not really
I'm
sure.
certain he has every intention of following it through. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you? Here for the glory, huh? Fair enough. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort. He is Marik's son and the leader of my beloved Ferelden, and a very young man. I try to keep that in mind, as should you.
Greetings. King Cailan is not in his tent right now? I suppose I do, but it wouldn't be prudent to discuss the king's business with you. I believe he's with the Grey
Oh,
Wardens.
come on,
in
just tell us,
drinking.
just tell us
He
every
holds them in
detail about
high
the king.
regard,
What's the
you know,
worst that
as
could
his father
happen?
did. As you wish.
I'm just checking if any of these icons are quest givers or if it's just kind of random stuff.
You found out
Oh, there's Duncan again.
Is there something you need? Do not wait too long before seeking out Alistair. As I said earlier, we will need to begin preparations for the joining before nightfall.
You there, elf. What's your name?
Oh, it's Pick, sir.
Go transfer Mojo to the war party.
Alright, I don't think we're supposed to go over there yet. But this is a pretty old RPG, so the game probably would just let us run over there if we wanted to.
You need to convince them. We've got to run. The Darkspawn are coming. I saw them. We're gonna die.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds. Aside from his wounds, we're not sure.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Only a
untreated.
couple people have died in this
He's
game
just
so far.
Terrified.
You can feel it, can't you? They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree. They'll swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you.
That's a weird
You need to calm
analogy.
yourself, my good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them.
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be.
So, any last wishes I can help fulfill before you head into battle? Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorating some darkspawn spear
Well
this
met.
time tomorrow. Shall I take...
Have you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain. Blast it. Where did she go? That suit better be patched up when she gets back or by the maker up. Oh, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, sure. I'm the quartermaster. Did you come for supplies?
Oh, well, this might be a side
I'm
quest
sure
I
you
can
have
take
better
on.
things to do than run errands for me. I can find her myself.
Oh, never mind.
Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course, to keep morale up, you understand. So long as you keep it quiet.
Oh wait, that's just weapons. Alright then. Thought he was selling some weird stuff. Oh, I can just sell off my family sword. Yeah, why not? Assuming that stuff's probably good to keep, so I'm not going to get rid of that.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps? Well, let me know what you'd like.
I'm just curious if there's actually any difference between this stuff. Okay, I think I'm pretty sure that's all I can get for now. There we go, my character looks a little bit more kitted out now.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps? So long as you keep it quiet.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy one.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of
Got
my
him.
way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together. It's like a party. We could all stand in a circle and hold hands. That would give the Darkspawn something to think about. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage? And that makes you Duncan's new recruit, I suppose. Glad to meet you. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining. Eager, are we? Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started. You do? Huh. That's a switch. If you have any questions, let me know.
Yeah, maybe we
Otherwise,
shouldn't.
lead on.
I don't know.
Excuse me, I must get the hounds ready for battle.
I'm unable to do
Half the dogs are sick from darkspawn blood.
Oh yeah, where's my dog anyways?
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the maids, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
I apologize, Duncan. I'll go collect who we're missing. This is Sir Jory, a knight from Redcliffe.
How do you do?
And this here is Daveth, a fellow from Denerim.
That's me. I'm a fellow.
And this, of course, is the recruit that Duncan said he was bringing.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Korcari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of Darkspawn blood, 1 for each recruit.
Oh, okay, we're already killing demons. Nice.
Without a doubt. Darkspawn aren't renowned for their willingness to offer up their blood. There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can. No, but the effort must be made. I have every confidence you are up to the task. The scrolls contain treaties promising support, treaties that may prove valuable in the days to come. Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
Oh wait, we still have our dog with us. Nice. Alright. Oh, I can level up now. Nice. I might just put it all into strength. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with this for now. That seems like a good idea. Oh, okay, that's what that does. I was wondering. I can't get those yet, so guess we'll take a two-handed skill. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go for an attack like that. Let's see here. How do I actually... I'm trying to remember how to put that skill on. I'll put it on there because we're not using a sword or a shield anymore, so I don't really have use for a shield bash skill anymore.
Hail! I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest
Yeah,
tonight.
careful, Schmerful. We're just going demon hunting. What's the worst that can happen?
Now we're getting rabies blunted.
Oh, and oh wait, that's just wolves. Oh, okay, that's a lot of them.
As you wish.
And there's already dead soldiers out here. That's not a good sign.
Who is that? Grey Wardens?
Well, he's not half as dead as he looks, is he?
My scouting band was attacked by Darkspawn. They came out of the ground. Please help me. I've got to return to camp. If you just bandage me up, I can get back myself.
I have bandages in my pack.
Thank you. I've got to get out of here.
Did you hear? An entire patrol of seasoned men killed by Darkspawn.
Calm down, Sir Jory. We'll be fine if we're careful.
Those soldiers were careful, and they were still overwhelmed. How many Darkspawn can the four of us slay? A dozen? 100? There's an entire army in these forests.
There are Darkspawn about, but we're in no danger of walking into the bulk of the Horde.
How do you know? I'm not a coward, but this is foolish and reckless. We should go back.
Ah, come on, it's not that foolish and reckless. We got this.
That's true.
Know this. All Grey Wardens can sense Darkspawn. Whatever their cunning, I guarantee they won't take us by surprise. That's why I'm here.
See, Sir Knight, we might die, but we'll be warned about it first.
That is reassuring.
That doesn't mean I'm here to make this easy, however. So let's get a move on.
That flower, white with a red center. The kennel master at Ostagar was asking about those. The kennel master said this flower can help dogs that get sick from biting Darkspawn. At any rate, he was offering a reward if someone went into the wilds and brought him one. Might want to think about it is all.
Oh, sure, why not? Oh, what the heck was? Assuming this is this game's version of like goblins or something. That's what it seems like at least. Yes, they had some cashola on them.
Look there. Poor slobs. That just seems so excessive.
I've been going the right way right now. Not really sure. Uh-oh, I don't like how the game just saved right there. Uh-oh. Yeah, that thing does quite a chunk of damage. Alright, how do I use potions? I don't know how to use them. Oh, okay, that's what the injury system's for, so you can't just constantly be leading your party into bad situations and not doing anything about it. That makes sense, I guess. Am I supposed to go this way? I'm not even sure. Also, this game's pretty nice about like how often it saves like for you. That's actually really good. Okay, let's get this thing out of the way. Nice, that does a lot of damage.
A little rough.
Oh wait, what's up here? Oh, nothing apparently.
Well,
Uh-oh.
well. What have we here? Are you a vulture, I wonder? A scavenger, poking amidst a corpse whose bones were long since cleaned? Or merely an intruder, come into these darkspawn-filled
That's not
wilds
good.
of mine in search of
Yeah, you know when
easy
you're
prey?
you're in a bad situation when there's a barely dressed witch after you. Uh-oh.
What say you?
Yeah, we're gonna die.
Scavenger or intruder? Tis a tower no longer. The wilds have obviously claimed this desiccated corpse. I have watched your progress for some time. Where do they go, I wondered? Why are they here? And now you disturb ashes none have touched for so long. Why is that?
Don't answer her. She looks chastened, and that means others may be nearby.
Oh, you fear barbarians will swoop down upon you.
Yes, swooping is bad.
She's a witch of the wild, she is. She'll turn us into toads.
Witch of the Wilds. Such idle fancies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own? You there, handsome lad. Tell me your name and I shall tell you mine. Let us be civilized. Now that is a proper civil greeting, even here in the wilds. You may call me Morrigan. Shall I guess your purpose? You sought something in that chest? Something that is here no longer?
Here no longer. You stole them, didn't you? You're some kind of sneaky witch thief.
How very eloquent. How does one steal from dead men?
Quite easily, it seems. Those documents are Grey Warden property, and I suggest you return them.
I will not, for 'twas not I who removed them. Invoke a name that means nothing here any longer if you wish. I am not threatened. 'Twas my mother, in fact. There is a sensible request. I like you.
I'd be careful. First it's, I like you, but then zap. Frog time.
She'll put us all in the pot, she will. Just you watch.
If the pot's warmer than this forest, it'd be a nice change.
Follow me then, if it pleases you.
That seems like a terrible idea, but why not?
Greetings, Mother. I bring before you 4 Grey Wardens who...
I see them, girl. Much as I expected.
Are we supposed to believe you were expecting us?
You are required to do nothing, least of all believe. Shut one's eyes tight or open one's arms wide. Either way, one's a fool.
She's a witch, I tell you. We shouldn't be talking to her.
Quiet, Dareth. If she's really a witch, do you want to make her mad?
There is a smart lad. Sadly irrelevant to the larger scheme of things, but it is not I who decides. Believe what you will. And what of you? Do you possess a different viewpoint? Or do you believe as the others do?
They did not come to listen to your wild tales, Mother.
True, they came for their treaties, yes? And before you begin barking, your precious seal wore off long ago. I have protected these.
You... Oh, you protected them.
And why not? Take them to your Grey Wardens and tell them this blight's threat is greater than they realize.
That doesn't sound good.
Either the threat is more, or they realize less. Or perhaps the threat is nothing. Or perhaps they realize nothing. Oh, do not mind me. You have what you came for.
Time for you to go, then.
Do not be ridiculous.
Wonder if she's
girl.
gonna do any more
These are your
suspicious evil
guests.
laughs.
Oh, very well. I will show you out of the woods. Follow me.
Greetings. Are you one of the Grey Wardens that went into the wilds? Do you happen to see any white flowers? I don't know for sure that the flower will aid my poor hounds, but it's worth trying. I have, let's see, 20 silver to offer as a reward for it.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Thank you for your assistance, then. Perhaps we won't lose as many hounds as I'd feared. The infected hound seems to be doing much better for now. Thank you for your assistance.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps? Let me know what you'd like.
Oh, we can increase our space. Nice. Let's do that. I also have enough for the armor, but maybe the other stuff he sells is
Hello
better.
again.
I'm not really
Is there
sure.
something you need? Some supplies, perhaps? So long as you keep
Yeah,
it
well, let's see what's
quiet.
going on with these other goods.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps? Let me know what you'd like.
Soldiers are for elders. My sisters accept both.
So you returned from the wilds. Have you been successful? Good. I've had the Circle mages preparing. With the blood you've retrieved, we can begin the joining immediately.
There was a woman at the tower, and her mother had the scrolls. They were both very odd.
Were they wilder folk?
I don't think so. They might be apostates. Mages hiding from the Chantry.
I know you were once a Templar, Alistair, but Chantry business is not ours. We have the scrolls. Let us focus on the joining. I will not lie. We Grey Wardens pay a heavy price to become what we are. Fate may decree that you pay your price now, rather than later. As could any darkspawn you might face in battle. You would not have been
fair
chosen,
enough.
however, if I did not think you had a chance to survive.
Let's go then. I'm anxious to see this joining now.
I agree. Let's have it done.
Then let us begin. Alistair, take them to the old temple.
The more I hear about this joining, the less I like it.
Are you blubbering again?
Why all these damn tests? Have I not earned my place?
Maybe it's tradition. Maybe they're just trying to annoy you.
I only know that my wife is in Highever with a child on the way. If they had warned me, it just doesn't seem fair.
Would you have come if they'd warned you? Maybe that's why they don't. The Wardens do what they must, right?
Including sacrificing us?
I'd sacrifice a lot more if I knew it would end the Blight. Don't we? The Grey Wardens have saved the world from Darkspawn before. I'd say they know better than anyone what it takes. You saw those Darkspawns tonight. Wouldn't you die to protect your pretty wife from them?
Maybe
you'll die. Maybe we'll all die. If nobody stops the Darkspawn, we'll die for sure.
I've just never faced a foe I could not engage with my blade.
At last, we come to the joining. The Grey Wardens were founded during the First Blight, when humanity stood on the verge of annihilation. So it was that the first Grey Wardens drank of Darkspawn blood and mastered the taint.
Going to drink the blood of those creatures?
Seems like a
As
terrible
the first
idea,
Grey
but okay.
Wardens did before us, as we did before you. This is the source of our power and our victory.
Those who survive the joining become immune to the taint. We can sense it in the Darkspawn and use it to slay the Archdemon.
We speak only a few words prior to the joining, but these words have been said since the first. Alistair, if you would.
Join us, brothers and sisters. Join us in the shadows where we stand vigilant. Join us as we carry the duty that cannot be forsworn. And should you perish, know that your sacrifice will not be forgotten. And that one day, we shall join you.
Davith, step forward.
Alright, let's see how they handle this. Oh, not so well.
Maker's breath.
I am sorry, Davith. Step forward, Jory.
But I have a wife, a child. Had I known...
There is no turning back.
No. You ask too much. There is no glory in this.
I am sorry.
Okay, we're just killing people for not wanting to join.
But the joining is not yet complete. You are called upon to submit yourself to the taint for the greater good. From this moment forth, you are a Grey Warden. It is finished. Welcome.
2 more deaths. In my joining, only one of us died, but it was horrible. I'm glad at least one of you made it through.
How do you feel? Jory was warned that there was no turning back, as were you all. When he went for his blade, however, he left me no choice. It brought me no pleasure to end his life. The Blight demands sacrifices from us all. Thankfully, you stand here as proof they are not all made in vain.
Did you have dreams? I had terrible dreams after my joining.
Such dreams come when you begin to sense the Darkspawn, as we all do. That and many other things can be explained in the months to come.
Before I forget, there is one last part to your joining. We take some of that blood and put it in a pendant. Something to remind us of those who didn't make it this far.
Take some time. When you're ready, I'd like you to accompany me to a meeting with the king. The king is discussing strategy for the upcoming battle. I am not sure why he has requested your presence. The meeting is to the west, down the stairs. Please attend as soon as you're able.
Oh, nice. We got... Oh, we leveled up and we get our dog back. Nice. It's always good. Oh, we get 4 points for leveling up now. Nice. Probably put... Let's put 3 of those into strength and then 1 into constitution. Let's go for that skill for now. I think that'll be pretty good. Oh wait, I have another point to spend.
Got it. I'm unable to do that.
Loghain, my decision is final. I will stand by the Grey Wardens in this assault.
You risk too much, Cailan. The Darkspawn Horde is too dangerous for you to be playing hero on the front lines.
If that's the case, perhaps we should wait for the Orlesian forces to join us after all.
I must repeat my protest to your fool notion that we need the Orlesians to defend ourselves.
It is not a fool notion. Our arguments with the Orlesians are a thing of the past, and you will remember who is king.
How fortunate Marek did not live to see his son ready to hand Ferelden over to those who enslaved us for a century.
Then our current forces will have to suffice, won't they? Duncan, are your men ready for battle?
They are, Your Majesty.
And this is the young lord from Highever I met earlier. I understand congratulations are in order. Every Grey Warden is needed now. You should be honored to join their ranks.
Your fascination with glory and legends will be your undoing, Cailan. We must attend to reality.
Fine. Speak your strategy. The Grey Wardens and I draw the Darkspawn into charging our lines, and then?
You will alert the tower to light the beacon, signaling my men to charge from
To
cover.
flank the Darkspawn, I remember. This is the Tower of Ishal in the ruins, yes? Well, who shall light this beacon?
I have a few men stationed there. It's not a dangerous task, but it is vital.
Then we should send our best. Send Alistair and the new Grey Warden to make sure it's done.
We need the beacon. Without it, Loghain's men won't know when to charge.
You see? Glory for everyone.
You rely on these Grey Wardens too much. Is that truly wise?
Enough of your conspiracy theories, Loghain. Grey Wardens battle the Blight no matter where they're from.
Your Majesty, you should consider the possibility of the Archdemon appearing.
There have been no signs of any dragons in the wilds.
Isn't that what your men are here for, Duncan?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, the tower and its beacon are unnecessary. The
We
Circle
will
of
not
Magi...
trust any lives to your spells, Mage. Save them for the Darkspawn.
Enough. This plan will suffice. The Grey Wardens will light the beacon.
Thank you, Loghain. I cannot wait for that glorious moment. The Grey Wardens battle beside the King of Ferelden to stem the tide of evil.
Yes, Cailan. A glorious moment for us all.
Why do I think that guy's evil?
You and Alistair will go to the Tower of Ishal and ensure the beacon is lit.
What? I won't be in the battle.
This is by the King's personal request, Alistair. If the beacon is not lit, Tern Loghain's men won't know when to charge.
So he needs 2 Grey Wardens standing up there holding the torch, just in case, right?
That is not your choice. If King Cailan wishes Grey Wardens to ensure the beacon is lit, then Grey Wardens will be there. We must do whatever it takes to destroy the Darkspawn, exciting or no.
I get it, I get it. Just so you know, if the king ever asks me to put on a dress and dance to Remigold, I'm drawing the line. Darkspawn or no. I happen to be quite fetching in a dress.
Uh-oh.
The tower is on the other side of the gorge from the King's camp. The way we
Now I
came
want to see
when we
that.
arrived. You'll need to cross the gorge and head through the gate and up to the tower entrance. From the top, you'll overlook the entire valley. We will signal you when the time is right. Alistair will know what to look for. Stay with the Terran's men and guard the tower. If you are needed, we will send word.
We soil our drawers, that's what.
If it does, leave it to us. I want no heroics from either of you. The battle is about to begin. Once I leave, move quickly. You'll have less than an hour. Of course, even the best laid plans go awry. So do what you must. I trust you both.
Just not enough to actually fight with the rest of you.
There will be plenty of battles, Alistair. Be patient. Then I must join the others. From here, you two are on your own. Remember, you are both Grey Wardens. I expect you to be worthy of that title.
Duncan, may the Maker watch over you.
May he watch over us all.
Alright. Well, I guess we're heading out there now. Yeah, I have a feeling this plan's not going to go as great as they say it is.
The plan will work, Your Majesty.
Of course it will. The Blight ends here.
Shouldn't be waiting too long to shoot at them. Coins.
Let's cross the bridge.
Last too long.
Help us. They're everywhere. You're Grey Wardens, aren't you? The tower, it's been taken.
What are you talking about, man? Taken how?
Well, I guess we're getting some combat then.
Chambers, they're everywhere. Most of our men are dead.
Then we have to get to the beacon and light it ourselves.
Darkspawn approach. Watch for their blood.
Whoa, why's my sword on fire?
On it. This should be easy enough.
Yeah, definitely pick some good skills, because that's doing a really good amount of damage now.
This should be easy enough.
Oh, he's already got level up. Nice. I'm gonna make this guy more of like a tank. That seems like a good idea. Oh, we already got all of them. I thought there was another one. I should probably check if this guy can open chests at all. Probably, yeah, he can't.
This should be easy enough.
Oh, there's more of them. Maybe it was guarding some loot? I don't know, let's see what's over here. Oh, nice. Oh, what's this? Oh, we've got that now. Give us a couple extra stats. I should probably figure out what skill that is that it's referring to.
Maker's breath. What are these Darkspawn doing ahead of the rest of the Horde? There wasn't supposed to be any resistance here. Right, but clearly this is all just a misunderstanding. We'll laugh about this later. At any rate, we need to hurry. We need to get up to the top of the tower and light the signal fire in time. Teyrn Loghain will be waiting for the signal.
Darkspawn, destroy the fiends.
Oh, nice. Another level up. Can I do that mid-combat? Nope. I can get that now. Nice. That should make that skill really good now.
Right.
Oh yeah, I do a lot more damage now. Oh, is that better than what I have? Oh yeah, that is better. Whoops. Let's put that on.
Loghain better be ready to charge as soon as we light the signal. The king is depending on us.
Let's get started.
Yeah, that's right. What did I tell you?
Oh yeah, the dog leveled up again. Nice.
This should be easy enough. Let's get started.
Oh, they're actually doing a lot of damage. And there's more of them. At least they do a good amount of damage now. What the heck is that thing? I kinda figured my knockdown attack wouldn't work against this thing.
The beacon is over here. Surely... The beacon is over here. Surely missed the signal.
Oh, all I got for that was a shield, oof. I mean, at least I can give that to this guy. If I can find it in here. Oh, wait. Seriously? Okay, so that's a thing. Apparently you need strength like to equip any sort of warrior stuff, so I'll have to give him a bit more strength next level.
Sound the retreat.
But what about the king? Should we not...
Do as I command.
Pull out! All of you, let's move!
There is so much betrayal going on in this.
Your eyes finally
Oh, and we're
open.
naked.
Mother
Uh-oh.
shall be pleased. You were injured, and then Mother rescued you. Do you not remember? Mother managed to save you and your friend, though 'twas a close call. What is important is that you both live. The man who was to respond to your signal quit the field. The Darkspawn won your battle. Those he abandoned were massacred. Your friend, he is not taking it well. All dead. Your friend has veered between denial and grief since Mother told him. He is outside by the fire. Mother asked to see you when you awoke. I do not know. She rarely tells me her plans. I do not mind. Take your time. We are safe, for the moment. Mother's magic keeps the Darkspawn away. Once you leave, 'tis uncertain what will happen. The Horde has moved on, so you might avoid it. I wonder at that myself. But she tells me nothing. Perhaps you were the only ones she could reach. I would have rescued your king. A king would be worth a much higher ransom than you. I stand corrected.
I don't think the king really had a chance to be
She
saved
turned
there.
into a giant bird and plucked the two of you from atop the tower, one in each talon. If you do not believe that
Nice.
tale, then I suggest you ask Mother yourself. She may even tell you. Only stragglers that are long gone. You would not want to see what is happening in that valley now. I do not know who this Loghain even is. Perhaps ask Mother of it. I agree. 'Tis time you speak with Mother, then be on your way.
I'm unable to.
Alright, any loot here?
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure. Duncan's dead. The Grey Wardens. Even the King. They're all dead. Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not? Well, we cannot have all the Grey Wardens dying at once, can we? Someone has to deal with these Darkspawn. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blights. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
That doesn't make any sense. Why would he do it?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The Archdemon.
It is said that long ago, the Maker sent the old gods of the ancient Tevinter Imperium to slumber in prisons deep beneath the surface. An archdemon is an old god awakened and tainted by Darkspawn. Believe that or not, history says it's a fearsome and immortal thing, and only fools ignore history. Me? I am just an old woman who lives in the wilds. I know nothing of blights and darkspawn.
Well, whatever Loghain's insanity, he obviously thinks the Darkspawn are a minor threat. We must warn everyone this isn't the case.
And who will believe you? Unless you think to convince this Loghain of his mistake.
He just betrayed his own king.
Yeah, we're just getting involved in one betrayal and another, aren't we?
Call for his execution. I suppose. Al Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help. The Jarl would never do what Teyrn Loghain did. I know him too well. I still don't know if Al Eamon's help would be enough. He can't defeat the Darkspawn horde by himself. Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arl Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
Might as well try it.
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens. Now, before you go, there is yet one more thing I can offer you.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
Yeah, let's bring her with us.
You have been itching to get
Apparently
out of the
not.
wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I
understand.
And you, Wardens, do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
Allow me to get my things, if you please. I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
You will regret saying that.
Dear, sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment.
Well, I always said, if you want something done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
I mean, what better reason, right?
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval. Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Alright, so we got her with us now. Let's see, what time is it? I think I'm gonna have to end the stream now because I still need to get dinner going and all that fun stuff. Yeah, I'll be streaming again on Friday and Saturday. I'm probably gonna play... I think I'm gonna play Elden Ring on Friday, and then I'll probably come back to this on Saturday. Let me see if I can find someone to raid here. Probably this raid within category. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, let's give this person a raid. Yeah, I'm hoping to have a little bit more energy to stream on Friday. I had to work 3 days in a row. So Wednesday tends to be a little bit less of an energetic day for me, but... Oh, wait. Oh, it says I can only raid them if I'm following them, so let me just do that. There we go. Alright, it should work now. Oh, oh wait, no, I think they have to be following me. Oops. Okay, yeah, I'll just have to find someone else to raid, that's fine. Huh. Okay, there's not many people on here that accept, like in this category, that accept raids. That's kind of weird. Hmm. Let me try raiding this person. Actually, I don't know, I might just not raid, because apparently no one wants to be raided in this category. I don't really know what's up with that, but yeah, anyways, thanks for watching.